Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going to learn about plant growth regulators, also called phytohormones or plant hormones. So, first of all we should know that how do plants react to the stimuli in their surroundings? Do they have a nervous system like we do? Answer is no, they have some chemical messengers called phytohormones which help them regulate their movements and responses. You must be thinking what phytohormones are. So phytohormones are some chemical compounds, other than nutrients, produced in tiny amounts by plants to regulate growth, development, and differentiation. It is due to some of these hormones that a small little plant converts into a gigantic tree in years. Now let's have a look at some of the various types of phytohormone present in plants. The first one is auxin, second is gibberellin, third is cytokinin, fourth is ethylene, and last is abscisic acid. Among these, the first three hormones promote the growth of a plant and thus are called plant growth promoters. The last two hormones inhibit the growth of a plant and thus are called plant growth inhibitors. Okay, so we begin with our first phytohormone, auxin. Before we begin with the effects of auxin on a plant, we must know some important terminologies in a plant. So, the tip of a shoot is made up of shoot apical meristem, which increases the length of a plant longitudinally. And the tip of the root is made up of root apical meristem, which increases the length of the root in a plant under the soil, leading to primary growth in a plant. Auxin promotes growth and elongation of the cells in a plant by accumulating on the shaded side rather than the sunny side, leading to increase in the length of the shaded part, thus bending the plant shoot towards the sunlight. And this process is termed as phototrophism. Another major effect is apical dominance, where the apical bud of a plant dominates the growth of lateral buds, leading to a growth of slender single-stem tree. This happens due to the accumulation of auxin on the tip of the plant. To prevent this, we can cut the tip of the shoot, so that several lateral branches grow. Auxin also promotes growth of roots in stem cuttings, thus helping in vegetative propagation. When we bury a stem cutting in soil, it initiates growth of roots in the stem, and ultimately leads to the overall growth of the plant. Another important effect shown by auxin is parthenocarpy. It is basically spraying auxin on fruits, like watermelon or tomato, to produce seedless fruits. Like this, leading to production of seedless fruit. Okay, so, we have completed our first phytohormone. Next, we move on to gibberellin, also called gibberellic acid. So there are more than 100 types of gibberellic acid known, like gibberellic acid 1, 2, 3, and so on. But among these, the gibberellic acid 3 is the most abundant and most used gibberellin. Gibberellins are produced in germinating seeds, shoot, roots, and growing buds, leading to the overall growth. Next, we talk about the physiological effects of gibberellin. The first and foremost is stem or internode elongation, where it induces stem elongation in cabbage trees just prior to flowering. It does so by accumulating between two consecutive nodes called internode, thereby increasing its length. Next is elongation of dwarf plants. When gibberellic acid is applied to genetically dwarf maize plants, they become tall, ultimately increasing their yield. Now, we're going to talk about the last plant growth promoter, cytokinin. Cytokinin is an adenine nitrogenous derivative, which is mostly found in tips of growing root, growing buds, and young fruits. It also plays a vital role in enhancing the size of apples. Cytokinin is promoting cell growth and cell division. It induces rapid cell divisions in meristematic zones, thus leading to rapid plant growth. The last effect of cytokinin is that it helps in overcoming apical dominance. Thus, it acts antagonistically to auxin, which induced apical dominance. Spraying slender unbranched tree with cytokinin promotes lateral growth and helps in hedge making.